Hello, hello. This is Bale with Just One More Project, and today I'm going to show you guys how to customize this super popular floral ruler that I have. I've had a lot of people ask me, like, oh, well, it's kind of like on a on a slant, and there's kind of a curvy line, and how on earth do we customize it? There's no place to put a name. So I thought I would show you, because it's really not as hard as it looks. So here is the floral file, or the ruler file. There's two options. There's a 6-inch and a 12-inch. The 12-inch takes a long time to cut if you're going to engrave it. I think it's like 30 minutes, but it's so worth it because it is so pretty. So I'm going to show you guys how I customize it. My sister is a teacher, so I'm just going to go ahead and make one for her. So first I'm going to go ahead and select the whole thing, and I'm going to rotate it because I feel like I can kind of work with it better. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to modify my artboard so that I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, so we've got the ruler. And now what I want to do is I want to get text to kind of go all the way kind of through over or around this like curvy line. So it's not like just a straight line. I think that would look really silly. So I am going to show you guys how to do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the pen tool, and make sure you have just the pen tool selected. And I'm going to go ahead and just start creating anchor points by clicking. And you can see as it goes, you can see that it's kind of, it's filling, but that's because I have my, I have it set to fill right now. So don't worry about that right now, but I want you to just kind of go along and just sort of follow the line where you're going. And I'm going to go all the way up to there. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and swap the fill to a stroke, and then you'll see what happens. And I'm going to go ahead and hit my direct selection so that the pen tool doesn't keep going, because it does that. Okay, so now see how the line is kind of curved, but it's not like beautiful. So I'm going to fix that. So I'm going to hit the smooth tool, and I'm just going to start running over it, and you can see that some of these anchor points kind of disappear, but it is smoothing out that line, and it's kind of looking really nice. And I don't know what the word would be, like, I don't know. It kind of like glides over that stem, which is kind of what you want it to look like, right? So when you feel like it's good, I don't like that, then it's probably ready to work with. So I hit my direct selection tool, and I'm going to click on one of these anchor points and just sort of move it until I feel like I like the way it looks. And you can play with this, you guys. Okay, so I have my line, kind of like it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my text tool, and I'm going to click the little arrow right underneath it, and I'm going to select type on a path tool. And then you'll see that your cursor turns into this little kind of like path. You can see that right there. I wish I could zoom in and show you guys, but I can't. Okay, so you're going to select your path, essentially, that you just drew, and start right here. And you can see that your text started along that pretty line. So let's customize it. Okay, so now I've got my text tool. I'm going to highlight over this whole thing, hit delete, and I'm going to write, I don't know, something cheesy. Let's see. Here we go. So I know that like kids always take teacher stuff off their desk and they never return it. So how about we write this on it? Okay, so now I wrote Miss Ahmed's ruler, please return. Maybe not so nice, but I have this font that I really like. I will link it below also. And it's kind of like a handwritten look, which I think is really pretty. So now I want to modify this because it's super tiny. So I'm going to go over here to this character panel, and I'm going to increase the text. And I'm just going to keep clicking on it until I feel like it looks good. And see, when I went too far, the rest of my text kind of disappeared. So I'm gonna make it smaller. Okay, so how do we like that? Okay, now you can see the text looks great, right? Although the numbers right here are getting kind of stuck with the text that I drew. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually click on it and click my direct selection, and I'm going to select the path, and I'm just going to move it, and I'm going to bring it lower. And see, as I do that, the whole text moves with it. So I'm just modifying the path so that the text moves along with it. I still don't really like it because I feel like the A is still touching the number over there. So here's another option of something you can do. So I'm going to go over to character, and I kind of want to squish the letters. Okay, so there's a little part over here that has like an arrow, which is like going up and down, and that's the, for better words, squish tool. I made that up. I know there's a better name for that. It's called vertical scale. There you go. But I'm going to call it the squish tool. So I'm going to just make it a little bit smaller. And you can see as I do that, the letters are squishing. And I'm going to do it. And you can see the A is getting smaller and kind of like compressing down. And I kind of like that now. So that's good to go. So how cute is that to customize for a teacher? Okay, it's not, I still don't like it because I wanted the return to go all the way up to that leaf. So I'm going to make sure I select it one more time, and I'm just going to make it slightly bigger. Oh, wait, like that. Okay, so that's good to go, although it's not ready to put into your machine because you need to expand the text. So I'm going to go ahead, go to Object, Expand, and I'm going to make sure that I unite it, because when you unite it, then all the pieces will stick together. And that is good to go. And now that is set as black. This is black. And so that means your Glowforge is going to engrave all of that. And then I have this set to score and the outline set to cut. And how cute would that be to give as a gift? I hope you guys like that.